expecting Steph Castle to start tonight?
I am. Yeah, he made it out of the last game okay, and he'll be back in the lineup tonight.
This is your guys' last game here for about a month, and then you finish with a lot more home games. What does that schedule arrangement provide in terms of, I guess, opportunities and challenges in the stretch run?
Yeah, I think once you're here for a few years, the rodeo is something you expect. So I think the road in general allows you to learn what the road is, which is obviously difficult. It's a different type of level of detail and execution to win on the road typically. And I think it's also a chance for teams to continue to spend more time organically because you're not all going home. And I think it's just able to produce some opportunities of growth on and off the court in that sense. This year, to just add to it, the funkiest rodeo I can ever remember. We typically don't go west, and we typically don't play this late into February at home. And it's very light on the front end. That's not important, but I just wanted to share that.
Did the game the other night surprise you, just the up and down nature of that game, given, I mean, both teams are fairly decent defensively?
It didn't surprise me in the sense that I think we both want to get out and play with pace and tempo. I do think we probably both had some opportunities where we didn't get our defenses set, which led that to being even a little quicker. But I think tonight we, along with Dallas, will probably try to get our half-court defense set a little quicker than we did last game. And so we'll have to see if it has the same pace. But, it was a stylistic battle probably on both ends, and the offense probably won more than the defense wanted it to for both teams.
Sounds like Dallas might have a little bit different roster than they had 2 nights ago. I think some of those guys they traded for might be filtering in. Does that present any kind of wrinkle for you guys as you ready for this one?
The personnel we know, it's not someone we've never seen. There may be a little nuance or wrinkle in terms of how they may fit with this group and whatnot, but this time of the year you kind of expect it, and I don't think it should have too big of a difference now.
We were asked a week ago about what the most underappreciated part of Victor's game is, and you said he's all about the team. How does that show up? What are some examples of maybe we don't see on the surface?
I think I might have said it last week, but just to reiterate, I think the biggest example is the expectations and the outside noise involving that young man, in addition to, and what's most important, his own expectations and vision for himself are unlike anything that I've ever seen. I wasn't around when LeBron was around, but just in terms of the outside in that regard and the expectations, not just now, but for years, is something unlike I've ever experienced. And with that being said, in addition to his own expectations, which are lofty, I have never one time ever seen himself put anything that is individually self-serving above the team in any way, whether that's even off the court and he has to wait in line for something, or his teammates have to wait for him to do something, or anything that makes him individual away from his team.
He's a global superstar, but I guess you're saying he's just one of the guys when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's one of the 18 members of the team, and he acts like that 100% of the time. And I think that's difficult sometimes for everybody to act like that. And so when you add in all the circumstances around it, I think that's the most impressive and something that probably does not get discussed enough.
Coach, the Spurs are going back to Paris at the end of the month for a week of events around the city and for the French fans. So first of all, what do you think about that, and what do you remember the most from the Paris game last year?
I think it's great. I think anytime we continue to grow the game all around the world is a phenomenal opportunity for hopefully a lot of people in Paris, wherever that event or interaction would take place. And I think it's great for the league to continue to expose is the wrong word, but interact, to grow, and to share all the great things that they have going on. And for me personally, it was my first time to Paris last year, and the food was great. The weather was great. I loved that it's a great walking city, something that I really enjoy. And I hope to go back when I'm not working so much.